Do you know how to Korea?
How to Korea?
How to
How
Korea?
to Korea?
Out of Korea.
How to Korea?
This is
How to Korea.
All right. Welcome to How to Korea, where we talk about foreigners living in Korea. We haven't said that in a while.
I think it's been a while now.
Where
Where we teach you how to survive Korea.
we talk about surviving in Korea as a foreigner.
That's
And,
it,
yeah. Welcome. We're on episode 16. And just want to talk about a few of the comments. Well, first of all, one of our shorts hit a record last week.
Personal best.
Personal best. 10,000 views. We got some subscribers out of that. And it was shamanistic rituals for Korean homes. I think that was the title. We don't know why it did well, but thank you for helping us do well with that short. We hope it was interesting. And judging by the comments, it seems like some people were interested. So we got a probably works comment from BapBap22. And yeah, that's what we're kind of hoping for, right? And then we got a finger pointing upwards, which I'm assuming is talking about BapBap's comment. Tribalism blinds the M, but not Y. That's the name. Thinking certain items are lucky is divination. Keeping tokens for luck is the same thing. I am free of all that. I do not worry when I break a mirror. I am immune from this silliness. All you need is God. And it's got 5 likes. So,
Very ironic.
yeah. Right? It's like, I don't need divination. I just need God. And it's like, cool. All right.
Very ironic.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I respect it if you're Christian and you believe in God.
But don't shit on what other people believe.
It is what it is. I mean, it's just religion is, it's people are passionate about religion. Yeah. All other religions are false, and only mine is the one true
Yeah, well,
religion.
just look at all the wars going on. Most of them start because of the religion anyway.
They're still going on because of religion. That and politics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Rick and Morty episode, the one true Morty, right? Like, you watch Rick and Morty?
No.
Oh, dude, where have you been all your life, bro? You gotta watch
I've
Rick and
been
Morty.
editing videos and stuff, you know.
You gotta watch Rick and Morty, man. Rick and Morty is the shit. And then we got another one that says steam rice cookers are ancient. Don't speak silly. As far as
So I looked it up
yeah,
because I was like, fuck, I didn't know that.
oh,
So I checked it up and there were steam rice cookers, but it's just like a pot.
it's like a big ass pot that you
It's
put
a
on
pot.
the fire.
It's
Yeah.
not a fucking rice cooker,
But
like an electric rice cooker.
right, and I guess we didn't clarify electric rice cooker.
Yeah, so next time it'll be more specific.
but now I'm-
Electric rice cookers model T47, from Samsung.
Yeah. Well, what I don't know is like if this is an old historical thing, did they bring that big ass pot to their new house and like is
Yeah.
it the first thing they brought? Maybe.
Maybe.
It's possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that a steam rice cooker. That's more of like
It's a pot.
it's just a pot on a fire. Like
You
a
know what?
big-ass
You can
fire.
make soup in that thing as well.
You can make anything in that thing.
Yeah.
You can fry eggs in that thing. I'm sure people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh.
So sorry for being silly.
Yeah. Apparently we're being silly by saying we didn't have rice cookers back then. I can't imagine letting people step on salt and enter the house. It will scratch the floor. This is from Blue SB4WQ.
Yeah, she missed the part where it was in a bag.
Yeah, so one of them, somebody left a comment,
Yeah.
Firefly8589. Thank you for clarifying. He left the salt in the bag, so they're just stepping on the bag, and I'm pretty sure.
What did you do with the salt, by the way?
It's still there. We haven't used it yet, but I think we're gonna end up using it.
Is it still outside the door?
It's kind of just like chilling there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. So maybe we'll end up using it. Apparently it's good to use it.
Okay.
So right now it's just chilling.
Yeah.
Oh. It's still a big ass bag of salt.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. This one was interesting. Giving salt and bread as a housewarming gift is a thing in Finland. This is from NNRGP.
These
Okay.
names, though, hey?
Ah, creative.
That's fucking difficult.
Yeah. It's symbolic for wishing that the host has plenty of food and that it can be preserved. Salt is also a symbol for good luck. That makes sense because salt is a preservative.
Yeah,
Right,
you
so-
can keep it forever.
Yeah. So it's like, you have a lot of food. That's for the bread.
That was what I was gonna mention. We should talk about is housewarming gifts in Korea as well.
Oh, we could talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that after the comments.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then we have some simple comments. One that says Mr. Big Mr. Big Stuffable, and he said disgusting. And I don't know which part was disgusting to him, so I just said word. But
Yeah.
maybe stepping on the salt but it's a bag of salt. Like I don't really know. Maybe he's talking about a ritual. Maybe he's another Christian who's like,
Maybe.
your shamanistic rituals are disgusting. Cool. And then we have something called satanic. FIQ 146 said satanic. So apparently we are spitting in the face of God by doing this and worshiping Satan. And it's fun comments.
Yeah,
Fun
cool.
comments. Yeah.
Thanks for your comments.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
It was fun. It was fun. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody has their rituals, and
Of course.
it is what it is.
That's why we have a comment section, so you can say what you think.
Express your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's why it's there, and we'll address them. We won't necessarily agree with them, but we'll address them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of housewarming gifts, I think that's what we will talk about for Korea, right? So, have you ever been to housewarming in Korea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toilet paper.
That's kind of the norm. That's. I don't think it's just a Korea thing though. I think it's like, isn't that in South Africa? You don't have housewarming parties.
We do.
What do you bring during housewarming parties?
Alcohol.
Korea too. Alcohol or
Yeah.
no, not really. I guess.
Well, in my group of friends, my circle of friends, we would bring alcohol, bottle of wine, bottle of something nice, and maybe like a plant or two.
Plants.
Yeah.
I think that's the housewarming gift that I want. Like I want plants.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, because it means so. Like when I I don't know if I talked about my proposal, but I proposed to my girlfriend about 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And you hire this company and they come to your house and they set up everything. Like I have pictures and stuff, but I was like, yeah, I don't want a lot of flowers. I want plants, right? And she was like, well, why plants? And I'm like, well, flowers die, and you're proposing to this person. Like you might as well keep something, and I'm spending a shit ton of money. You might as well just keep something that
Makes more sense. To get flowers.
you could grow it
Oh,
together.
plants, sorry,
Yeah,
plants.
and it grows with you basically, right? So like, kind of made sense. So we got this big ass olive tree, big, like this big, and then I don't know the name of the other one, but it's kind of like, it's not this one, but it's like it has big leaves. Apparently, this tree that you have here, if you give it plenty of like, you need to open your windows sometimes and give it wind. Apparently, yeah. So if you give it
I
a
just
lot of
close the windows when we record.
right.
Yeah.
So if you give it a lot of air and wind, it splits like that. So that means that it's healthy and it's getting everything that it needs. But it's an interesting plant. I got like the leaves of these as part of the bouquet, and she's like, "Hey, you just pull those leaves out, put it in water,
Yeah.
and no
So you
stuff."
can see on the side there's like a little glass jar.
Yeah,
So the roots, they look for water, right?
yeah.
So then instead of the roots going back into the ground, you stick them in a glass jar, and then they just soak up the water straight from that.
Also, it's growing roots. Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's more like a vine.
Yeah, well, it's called a monstera. or something.
Monstera, yeah.
Yeah. Very cool plant.
Oh, it's supposed to be really good at filtering air in your house or something.
Snake plants as well.
Snake plants are the best ones, apparently.
I just got two snake plants now,
Yeah.
and they're great for in your bedroom.
Yeah, they say leave it in your bedroom because at nighttime they like absorb a crap ton of carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So it's good for you when you're sleeping. Just produces natural oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So plants, I think, is probably the best housewarming gift.
Yeah.
But toilet paper, I guess. But most people will have toilet paper.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like if you're in a rush. And
But
you
I
have
mean, that's like the cultural common thing to give is toilet paper. What else is common to give in Korea? Because I know that people always
toilet
say
paper is like the thing.
That's the thing, or even tissues like
kitchen towels.
yeah, kitchen towels, and also like just like normal tissues, blow your nose with those type of tissues.
Also wet naps.
Wet-
naps.
Wet tissues, yeah.
Yeah, wet naps. Okay,
We just call them wet wipes back home.
I think they call it wet wipes in America too. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
when
wasn't very popular in America. In Korea, you see wet wipes everywhere.
Yes, that's right.
Everywhere, and it's awesome because you can wipe
It
anything.
makes sense. Like when
Yeah.
I first got here, I was like, oh, but it's also such a waste though.
It is because it's also not flushable.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't like dissolve. It's
But
kinda
yeah,
like
people use
plastic.
wet wipes for fucking everything.
Yeah, but they're good. They're useful.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's also like I never used to buy wet wipes back home.
No,
because I think it was just like a waste of money, you know.
but once you start using it, it's kind of like
Yeah,
you
but it's also
don't-
not that expensive in
No,
Korea.
it's cheap. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Yeah,
cheap.
it's
So that's
cheap.
I guess why that's why everyone uses it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then those are kind of like the perishables that you can use in your house. I know other people do like hand soap,
Oh yeah.
and diffusers are a big one.
Okay.
Diffusers for like
Yes,
scents.
yes.
Those kind of last a little bit longer. I think those are better. I think that's really it.
Mm.
If you're really good friends with somebody, like they'll buy you like a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, like something nice.
Yeah, like something like an appliance that you need at your house, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that,
Oh yeah, sorry. That's also the type of things we do back home. Like you ask the person, like, what do you need?
yeah,
It's like, well, I don't have this, and
Yeah.
okay, buy something for the kitchen, you know, or like you said, like a
like a
vacuum
nice set of knives,
toaster,
or like like an
toaster, a
appliance
kettle,
toaster,
something like that.
Nothing too crazy, not like a laundry machine, but like
Yeah, no.
oh,
But yeah, like something small like that. That's the
it's
kind of
nice.
stuff we used to buy.
Yeah, it's actually functional. It's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna go to housewarming in Korea, I would say plants, diffusers, which are air fresheners basically,
Yeah.
and then like a toaster. Not a lot of Korean people use toasters, but when they have one, I'm sure they'll use it.
Yeah.
They like bread, so toasters. A microwave isn't too expensive sometimes,
No, you
depending
get
on the
cheaper
brand.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about microwaves is like the thing about appliances overall is people just have like this idea of like what they want the inside of the houses to look
Yeah.
like. So if you buy something and it doesn't really match, then it's kind of
Yeah.
just like
It has to match the decor, you know,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
got all white or all black or you
Yeah.
know.
So usually what some people end up doing is like they'll go to the housewarming party empty-handed and then they'll order something there. Like they'll be like,
Oh,
"Oh,
they
you
like
don't
look around.
Yeah,
and
and
see.
like, "Oh, you don't have this. Here, I'll get it for you," right? So that's also another option is like
Yeah.
because you can order everything online now on your phone. So it's like you go and you're like, "Oh shit, you don't have this. Do you want one? I'll order it right now." And then you just ship it directly to the house.
Yeah,
And it's just kind of like there's your
that
present.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also like if I had a housewarming, they come to my place, whatever. Instead of buying me things and maybe I have it, so maybe I don't want it, or
No.
something like that. Like we said again on coupon, you give those gift certificates like 50,000 won, or,
Oh.
you know, whatever the case is.
But that becomes it becomes a little hazy because it's like the amount of money you give somebody kind of just like
Yeah,
it's like this is how much I think about you.
Mhm.
You're worth 50,000 won in my book, right? Like there's no normal like for a wedding or for like a birthday, there's kind of like a standard.
like a standard.
But for like a housewarming, it's not like there's a standard, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little it's not done very commonly,
Yeah,
although I'm sure some people do it.
I think also you get your timing right, you get more money. Make sure like it's after everyone's payday or something, and
Yeah.
they feel generous. Like, hey guys,
Yeah.
housewarming.
So if you do housewarming, usually you probably most people get paid around the middle of the month. Most people, around the 15 seems to be the norm, right?
I
Latest
don't know
20.
in Korea.
No, for Hagwons, no.
No.
And it depends on Hagwons, but like most companies, their
Oh,
pay date
company?
is around like 15th or the
Yeah,
20th.
back in South Africa, it's always the end of the month. That's when we
Oh.
got paid.
Yeah, I think America too.
Most places, end of the month, beginning of the month.
Yeah, for some reason Korea is just middle of the month.
Mm.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
So if you have your housewarming around like the third week of the month,
Yeah.
then it'll kind of work out. Yeah, so housewarming gifts, you can do that. Don't bring them the bag of salt because they'll already have one if they believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of salt.
Yeah. So again, thank you for everybody who left the comments here, and I think we addressed all the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, so in our last episode when we were talking about ice cream, I think we left something out. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah. So it's very common in Korea if you go to they're like ice cream stores, not Baskin and Robbins or
No.
not like those places, but it's a small store, and you'll go into the store and you'll see like some places it's not just ice cream, they'll have like other snacks as well.
Against the wall.
Against the wall they have
Oh.
like snacks and whatever, and
Oh.
then there's like the huge ice cream freezers in the middle or whatever,
Yeah.
and you'll go in and you'll be the only person there.
Well, sometimes there's one or two more people.
No, I mean
like
like
yeah.
if you go in there and there's no one in there, don't be alarmed and don't call for help or anything, because that's how some of these ice cream shops work.
Yeah.
There's no one that works there, so you buy your stuff and you check it out yourself,
Yeah.
right?
So if you go inside and you see on the right side or left side, there's a kiosk near the entrance or the exit. And then if you see that there's nobody there, and it doesn't look like there's space for anybody to be there,
Yeah.
that's one of those like self-run stores. And another clue, another hint that'll tell you it's self-run is sometimes you'll see photos of CCTV footage
Of the criminals.
of the criminals. They're like, yo, this motherfucker did not pay and he bounced. So here's a picture of him.
Yeah.
And, he is banned from this store. And if you see him, please call the police, or like he's already been reported to the police.
Yeah.
So that's not the only one.
And at those stores, it'll be a lot of teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't, it's cheap. It's cheaper than convenience stores. So they'll go and like just buy a bar of ice cream. It'll be dumb cheap.
Yeah. No, but I mean the criminals.
The criminals.
Yeah, will also be teenagers.
Yeah. Some adults too, man. I was
Yeah.
surprised, like some old people. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, old people, all right, fine. I guess they didn't know how it worked.
Yeah,
But,
maybe
like,
they just gave up.
Yeah, they were just like trying, and it's like, fuck it, this is too complicated. I'm just gonna walk out. And they'll call me, right? Like, yeah. Ice cream stores aren't the only ones though. Like I've seen meal prep stores.
Meal prep store?
Yeah, so meal prep is kind of like a big thing in Korea, and what it is it has all the ingredients you need to cook a meal, but it's just not cooked.
Okay.
So it's like a combination of like for example, if you want to get like 제육볶음, right? That's like a sweet and the spicy pork, stir-fried pork,
Yeah.
right? It has like the sauce in a packet. It has all the vegetables. It has the pork meat. And you just bring that home. You just put it all together in a frying pan and you cook it and you're done.
And Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, and Bob's your uncle, and what was it? Robert's not my dad.
Robert's your father's brother.
Robert's your father's brother. Yeah. So
That's also back to that. I watched the Joe Rogan episode during the week. He had some other guy on there, an American guy,
no
ex-CIA guy.
ex-CIA.
Yeah, love that guy. Anyway, they brought it up in the podcast as well, and they say, and then Bob's your uncle, and that's two Americans.
Maybe they heard it from somebody else, bro. Because I've never heard that.
I think maybe in New York you guys don't say that. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's not a common expression.
I say that.
It's not common. I haven't heard it before. This is the first time I heard it from you. You know. But so you got the meal prep stores.
Is that also just like an ice cream store? There's no one there?
There's nobody there. It's self-checkout, and then there's these big fridges with like these plastic containers.
I
And
don't think I've ever seen that.
There's one in Hoge.
Maybe I have seen it, but I just never.
There's one right near.
Is there a name for them, or like different names? Or?
I think it just says meal prep. You know that big complex in Hoge. The I forgot the name of that complex. Is near the car wash. Sujain. No, not Sujain. There's a big apartment complex near the other side of Hoge, where you're going towards the airport.
Yeah.
There's like a huge apartment complex. And I used to live around there.
Okay.
And then I would walk my dogs, and then you see it basically. And it's just walk in, there's nobody there. And it's just food that's just not cooked.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a lot of Korean restaurants also, like, you know what budae-jjigae is? Budae-jjigae is like a army stew. That's what they call it in Korea. And basically it has like spam, sausage, kimchi.
I know, that's fine. Yeah.
It's just like a mix of everything.
Yeah.
And the origin is apparently from in the army. They didn't really have a lot of choices. So what they did one day was just put everything together.
Whatever you have, yeah.
Whatever you have in the army. And it's usually spam and like kimchi and noodles, ramen.
Yeah.
Right. So you put it all together and it made the soup, and like it's really good, right?
Yeah.
So I know a few places that sell budae-jjigae, and it's the same thing where it's not cooked, and they call it 비조리. 조리 means cooked. 비조리 means not cooked.
Okay.
And it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
And you just get the packet. You come home. You put it in a frying pan or a pot, and then you just cook it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like one of those. It's kind of trending, maybe. I wouldn't call it trending, but it's there.
Coffee shop, same.
What do you mean?
Like there's some coffee shops that don't have anyone there.
Oh yeah. So.
Right.
Oh yeah. The big machines. Yeah. So you have these machines. There's no counter. There's nothing. What you do is you pay, and then it'll automatically guide you through the process. Like there's 3 different stations. So you pay, and then you get this cup, and it automatically fills with ice and cold water or hot water first.
And those are also 24/7. There's one down the road here.
Yeah.
That one's open 24/7.
Right next to the Daiso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go in there, do your pay whatever you want, and it guides you through the process.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
24 hours. Yeah. Like, I guess that's the good thing, right? Is like the 24 hours, it's always available. You could drink it or eat it whenever you'd
And also,
like.
like, as an owner, you don't have to pay someone's salary to sit there and
Exactly.
just scan barcodes where people can do that by themselves anyway.
Right. But as the owner, you do have to go there and replenish the stock,
Yeah.
basically. That's
Yeah.
your job, right?
That's your job.
Which,
But I mean, one owner, you can run how many of those shops?
you just run
you know?
around every day and
Like
just.
same as like a coin wash,
Mhm.
like the laundromats and stuff like
Same
that.
thing.
No one has to be there. You just go in and you replenish whatever you need to replenish.
And I think
clean
it's
up.
only possible because Korea is such a safe country. Like,
Exactly.
yeah. Like anywhere else,
These
you go
things
there.
will never work in South Africa.
No, you go to South Africa or America and you have
Yeah.
an ice cream shop with nobody in there. You're gonna
Oh,
get people
bruh.
bringing bags and just stuff in their bags
Yeah,
and leave
no,
it.
it'll never,
No.
ever work.
No, never
Yeah.
work.
So in societies like Korea and Japan, I'm sure it's probably common in Japan as
Oh
well.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Japan
has
is
to be.
probably common.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Japanese people are they're almost as safe as Korean people, if not more.
If not more, yeah.
Not
I
safe.
saw I
what's the
saw
word?
I saw a video last week. I don't know if you saw this video. Some guy did like a social experiment in Japan. So he walked, or he or she walked.
Is that the one where we dropped his wallet and all the
dropped
money
the wallet
spread
and all
out?
the money spread out.
Yeah,
right?
there were like 20 people. Like 20 people got together.
What was that?
Maybe thunder. I don't know. Or maybe a bird passing by.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. But it's like 20 people who gathered together and they were just like helping this guy pick up the
and
money.
picking up his money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, America, you see that? You see money like that? You know what you do? A lot of people do is they see something like that, they'll step on the money
Oh yeah.
so you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that
Maybe.
happen to me. I lost a $50 bill and I saw some dude stepping. I'm like, motherfucker, get your foot off my money. You know? And he's just pretending like nothing was happening. He's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just stepping here. He's like, lift your fucking foot up.
Lift your foot.
Yeah, lift your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, with the self-help things, a lot of convenience stores. I know there's one in Songjong. No, not Songjong. Songnam-dong. Songnam-dong, there's a GS25 where after midnight,
Yeah.
no one works there.
Yeah.
But before you can go in, you need to put your card in, then it unlocks the door.
And then, like, that's the card it charges when, like...
Yeah, then you go in
use
and you scan your stuff and you buy your stuff and then you pay and then you go out.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes any money or something.
No, I think what it does is it's like a failsafe so that if you end up just leaving without paying,
Yeah.
they have your card on file.
Yes.
So they'll look at the items that you grabbed and maybe charge you for it.
Maybe or something, yeah.
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 Which is probably the better way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, yeah, just put your card in, the door opens, you go do your thing, you don't have to worry.
Yeah. And then it's like the same thing with the self-checkout kiosk, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of self-checkout kiosks in Korea. HomePlus, you go there. Almost every big supermarket has a self-checkout
Daiso
kiosk.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a huge matter of trust, right? Like, how do you trust somebody to scan everything? And it's like, Korean people are just they're good with that kind of stuff.
But also, like, most of the products, they have that little sticker anyway. So as soon as
Daiso,
you...
they have, oh.
Yeah, so I have that sticker. So if it's not scanned or anything, you go through the door, then it sets off an alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing, so I remember I went to E-Mart the other day and it was 10 oranges for like 10,000 won.
Okay.
And I was just packing, I was looking around, I was talking to my girl.
Thanks for bringing that up. Go on.
Okay. I was just putting the oranges in the bag and I was looking around and just talking with my girl and I was just preoccupied. I'm like, okay, 10. I go to the counter and it turns out there was 11 in there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh shit, they're going to think I'm trying to steal a fucking orange.
Yeah.
And like, I'll pay the money for the extra fucking orange. But she was like, you have 11. Do you want me to charge you for 11? I'm like, no, I put in 10. And then she counted every single one. I'm like, oh shit, I had 11. But after that, her attitude just like changed. She was just like, you're trying to steal an orange. I'm just like, bitch, do you see all the things that I'm buying right now? Like, you think I would try to steal one orange from like the 50,000 or 100,000 shit that I'm buying? Like, if I'm going to steal something, I'll steal something more expensive. Like, I'm not trying to throw one by you. But that's kind of the flip side is like, you have a lot of trust, but when you breach that trust, whether it be accidentally or intentionally, people act differently, which, you know, granted, fine. I mean, I'm sure she's seen people actually try to steal the oranges. Of course. Just bring a bag of oranges with like 12 instead of 10. And I'm sure she's seen that. But it's just kind of like, sorry, it was just an accident. Like, I'm not trying to steal a 1,000 won orange. Like, what am I going to get out of that? You know? What were you going to say?
So two things on that. First one on the HomePlus. I don't know. Remember last time I said I was gonna go and get a membership?
Yeah.
Did I say I did it?
I think you said you're thinking about it.
Okay, so anyway, a couple of episodes ago, I said I was gonna go to the HomePlus and do the membership, right? Because then you get major discounts,
Yeah.
right? So I did go to HomePlus. I went to the counter, and old lady there, she didn't speak any English, but I just said HomePlus membership,
No.
and then she said, "Give me your phone," right? So I gave her my phone, and then she downloaded the HomePlus app.
No.
And then she told me name and phone number. So you sign up for the HomePlus app, and then she took the phone and she did something on the phone, and then boom, Bob's your uncle. I was signed up for the HomePlus,
No.
and it's anyone you should really do that, because you'll go to HomePlus and you'll see there's a lot of things on sale. It's like 60% discount, 40% discount, 50 whatever, but then it's only for members.
On top of that,
Yeah.
which I've gotten caught by a few times, there's certain sales that only work with certain brand cards. And what I mean by that is like you get the Home Plus discount, but some of those like better discounts, like the big discounts, they'll be like, you have to use a Samsung card
Samsung card.
or like a Hyundai card. Like you
Yes.
have to use certain cards to
Yeah.
get that discount. So it's not just the membership that gives you the discount.
Yeah.
It's having a wide array of like different credit
Different
card
credit
companies.
cards, yeah.
Yeah. And that'll help you get those discounts too. And some of those discounts are crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's like
man.
50, 60%
You know how
off.
nice it is for me, like when I buy a bunch of groceries and you see that list goes up. It's like, oh Jesus, this.
And then at the end, they put
At
in your
the
membership.
end,
It's like,
doop, minus 40,001,
Yeah,
minus 30,001.
That's
It's
nice.
like nice.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes the people forget. And especially the credit card ones, if you don't ask them or if you don't give them the right card, they won't really say anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll be like, well, I thought this was on discount. And then you look at the receipt and you'll be like, I thought this was 50% off. And you go back and they're like, well, you didn't use this card. I'm like, well, you should have fucking told me, right? So what I usually do is when I'm checking out, I don't do self-checkout anymore. I just go to the woman or the man who's the worker, I guess. The cashier.
Cashier. There we go.
Cashier. Ah, shit. And then I'm like, what card do I have to use? And they'll tell me because it like pops up on their system.
Okay.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I only have 2 cards anyway. And one of them doesn't work.
No.
But okay, so that was the one thing. The other thing, I follow this one guy. Yes, I keep forgetting the names, but I follow this one guy on Instagram, some Korean guy. I guess people send him topics to talk about, and he creates all these videos to talk about. But one of the things that is discussed was why fruits and vegetables are especially fruits are so expensive in Korea.
Why are they so expensive?
So, according to this guy,
Wait, I gotta take a leak. Do you want to keep going?
no, let's pause.
Okay, we're back, and the question was, so why are fruits so expensive? And you were saying according to this guy. So
Okay, so according to this guy, and what he said actually made a lot of sense. So like, I'm inclined to believe him. You know, first thing is Korea doesn't have a lot of space for farming, right? So there are quite a bit of farms in Korea, but they're tiny.
And it's mostly rice.
Yeah,
Rice
that's the thing,
paddies.
and that's what he went into as well. So, the climate for Korea, certain fruits are too difficult to grow in Korea.
Like tropical fruits.
Tropical fruits, obviously, right?
Mangoes, that's why they're so fucking expensive.
Exactly.
Bananas, mangoes,
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all of those are imported,
Right.
right? And because they're imported, that makes them expensive, number one. And number two, not a lot of it is imported at the same time. So it's not like millions and millions and millions are imported, because that'll also bring down the price.
Right.
So it's not that much that is imported. So that's also what makes it expensive.
So they might as well just fucking import everything or just make more farmland. Like they're like right in the middle.
What do you mean?
Like it's not, they're not getting good price because they're not importing a shit ton,
Yeah.
but they're also not growing enough. So why not just go with one or the other to reduce
The thing is, if you import everything, right, a lot of it's going to go to waste, because not that many people.
because it's so expensive. That's why.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I guess that's the fear of importing too much, is that the rest is going to go to waste and you waste your money anyway.
Simple supply and demand, bro. You get a lot.
But I don't think, like, which fruits do they grow in Korea? I know apples.
I've seen blueberry farms,
Yeah.
which are kind of cool. You just get these vines.
But I've never seen bananas.
No.
And most of the farming space, like you said, is used up for rice.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen persimmons, because that's
yeah.
kind of like a staple fruit in Korea.
Yeah. And then on Jeju Island, you have the
Oranges.
Oranges.
And those are fucking expensive too.
Yeah, but they're
And
like
it's like-
fancy. These are Jeju.
No, it's
fucking-
like halabong and red dihang.
Is it
and like-
oranges or what is it? Tangerines.
No, it's oranges.
Oranges.
Yeah, well, they have tangerines too.
Tangerines.
Yeah, but it's like your fucking island in Korea. Like, why are you charging so much for your fucking orange?
Yeah.
Like, they're not that good. You know?
So that was one of the reasons.
No.
Right. There's not enough space to grow. I guess they could, if they wanted to, try some of these fruits, but most of them focus on rice, grains.
It's probably because the government has some sort of subsidy for those grains.
Probably, yeah.
Oh.
So rice and grains, and there was another one. I can't remember the other one.
Yeah.
And yeah, the other reason being is like most of it's imported, and they can't import too much of it, and that's also why it's expensive.
Guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. Because like I think in South Africa, like yes, we have acres of space for farming. Like farming's
Yeah, there isn't a ton of space. It's all mountains here. You know,
Yeah.
you can get some herbs in Korea. I'm sure you can grow herbs, but growing fruits is probably
Yeah.
gonna be. You don't even see fruit trees really.
peaches.
I've
see
never seen a
some-
peach tree in
No,
Korea.
I've seen some peach trees. Apricots you don't see in Korea. I
No.
don't know.
No.
I've seen some trees, like just random trees somewhere, but not like apricot farms.
You don't see plums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And grapes. Do you see grapes?
No, and grapes are stupid expensive in Korea too. But they have like their own brand of grapes. What's it
really?
called? I forgot what it's called. The big ones.
So that's the other one. Sorry. So when the farmers do grow their own fruits,
Oh.
they can mark that price up
Like crazy.
ridiculously
Yeah.
because
But Korea does have like a lot of its like own little brands and own little types of fruits, like own little species. And I forgot what it was called. The big ones that are shy muskets.
is that Korean?
I don't know if it's Korean, but like it seems to be like a staple Korean like fruit.
I know it's very popular here.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And it's
don't know if
good.
I don't know
It's
if it's
good.
Korean though.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's good. It's sweet. It's seedless. You know, it's great. But like, it's not worth fucking 20,000 for one branch or one bunch. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. The price is ridiculous. Yeah, it's almost on par with like if you want to bring something nice to somebody, if you want to give them a nice gift, it's either meat or fruit. Like,
Yeah.
it's like on par
It's like,
with
wow.
with beef,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Even tomatoes are fucking expensive.
are they?
Yeah, bro.
I haven't experienced that. Like, potatoes are cheap in Korea.
Yeah, potatoes are cheap.
Potatoes are cheap. Onions are cheap, right?
Tomatoes are expensive.
It depends on the type of tomato you get, I guess. They have those stevia tomatoes, which like, you know what stevia is?
Isn't that a sugar?
Yeah, it's like the sugarless sugar.
Yeah.
Like the bullshit sugar.
Yeah.
Like it's the
But
sugar
that's
that's
supposed
in
to be way more unhealthy than normal sugar.
it's the shit that's in like Coke Zero
Yeah.
and like all these zero diet drinks.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that. Have you ever tasted zero drinks
Of course.
or like stevia? Have you ever cooked with stevia?
Not cooked.
The taste is
I have
like,
stevia. Yeah.
yeah, just something about that taste doesn't taste right. Like
No.
it
does
sweetens it.
It does taste like Coke Zero or
Yeah,
it tastes
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And it sweetens everything, but like something about I've had a bad experience with that, and like just in terms of taste, but also like in America we have, if you go to like a diner and you order coffee, they have sugar packets.
Yeah.
So they have the regular sugar, and then they have something called sweet and low,
Yeah.
pink packet, and it's basically like stevia.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, every time I use that, if you open the packet, you see kind of like a wisp come out, but you end up inhaling that, and like you smell the sugar. I don't know how to describe it, but if you open a pack of Sweet and Low, you smell the
Yeah.
sugar.
We have the same sweetener in South Africa, like
Yeah.
Canderel or whatever.
Yeah, and like something about that smell.
A lot
just
of
makes me
people, a lot of
sick.
people use that. My grandpa used to do that because he had
Diabetes.
diabetes. Yeah.
But like I'm sure it's like chemicals and shit that
Yeah,
they
it
make it out of.
can't be right. Can't be good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. There was something else that I saw that was all chemicals. Recently, it's like something. Oh, it was a fast food. Something. Oh, Pringles.
Oh, Pringles.
Pringles.
Yeah, that doesn't taste natural.
You know, there's no potatoes in Pringles.
What is it?
It's like just a chemical combination. Apparently, I saw a video and they were like, "Oh yeah, Pringles, they're no longer allowed to use the word chips on their branding because chips need to contain potatoes."
Yeah, but
And
I
there's
mean,
no
eat that.
potatoes.
Just bite into a Pringle. It's like that doesn't.
It's not a potato.
No.
No, it's
No.
just like a chemical compound of
Yeah.
like some shit that you're eating. It could be cardboard for all you know, right? But that's Pringles. I saw that on Instagram recently. Yeah, it's like just. Yeah. Speaking of Instagram, I think I saw. So we're not coming up on this yet, but we had the Itaewon Halloween disaster a few years ago. Was that 2 years ago? No, was it last year?
No, it was about
No,
2
it's
years
about
ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago we had that Halloween disaster, and I think it's just
Well, for the people who don't know, tell them what you know about the Halloween disaster.
so what I know is so Itaewon gets popping during Halloween because there's so many foreigners that live there, and businesses like Halloween because people kind of just come and get drunk off their ass during Halloween.
Party nights.
Yeah, and it didn't used to be like that in Korea, but it kind of changed, especially in a place like Itaewon because there's so many foreigners there. So Halloween in Itaewon was a very popular event, and what ended up happening was there's like I don't know the exact layout, but on one of these roads, 4 roads come together on it. It's either 3 or 4, but 3 or 4 of these main roads come together at one intersection.
Yeah.
And what happened during that event was there was so many people.
That's in the alleyway.
It's like an alleyway, basically,
Yeah,
but it's like
there's
a
an
3-way
alleyway, and then it's connected by a road at the top and a road at the bottom.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And the road at the top and the road at the bottom of that alleyway is like super busy.
Yeah.
And then people use that alleyway to get to the top or get to the bottom.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And there's also bars in that alleyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know the exact layout, but I
Yeah.
know that it was like 3 or 4
Yeah,
intersection
no, I've
points.
been there. I've walked around that alleyway. I know exactly where it is.
Okay. Yeah. So what ended up happening was you have 3 different groups of people, and we're not talking small groups of people. We're talking about hundreds of people
Yeah.
that are coming into this intersection at 3 different points.
Yeah.
And there were so many people that the people in the middle couldn't go in any direction, but people kept coming in.
Yeah.
And it eventually what happened was these people in the middle started just getting crushed. And what led to that was, from my understanding, there was some pushing and shoving going on in the back. Like, yo, why isn't this like moving? Like, move.
Yeah.
And you get this little push, and it was like a domino effect, right?
People started falling.
People started falling, and what you see is like, if you see the footage, if you see the photos, what you see is like people on the floor on the bottom just lying down.
Yeah.
And then you see these waves of people just like piled on top.
Yeah.
And none of these people can move because
course.
the people on the top have to get off, but they can't get off because
They
they got
got-
people behind them. And like they're just getting crushed, literally just crushed to death by a mob, right?
Yeah.
And like you see this kind of thing. I mean, I've heard about this thing like Black Friday at Walmart in America, for example,
sure.
right? Like I've heard about it where like people are rushing into the store and they get trampled and just die, right?
Yeah.
But this was like, it was such a goddamn shame. First of all, because there were so many young people and like they had their whole lives ahead of them.
Of course.
And it was just like they went off to have fun one night and they just died because there
Never
were too
went
many
home
people.
again.
That's
Yeah.
it. And like most of the people that died here are young people
Yeah.
that like had their whole lives ahead of them, right? And that's the first shame. And the second thing is like there's the whole conspiracy, and like I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but the police commissioner who was in charge of that area during that time either committed suicide or quit. I think I heard that he committed suicide because of the guilt, but I'm not sure.
Okay. But okay, so like we're not gonna go into all the small little details, but once again, Rotten Mango.
Oh, she talks about that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Rotten Mango, the girl that has her own podcast of these true crime shows and whatever, she does a segment on that, the Itaewon disaster, where she goes into all the details, into deep dives and whatever. And another thing that makes that case so fucked up from the government's perspective is that people called, way before the people got crushed and killed. People called and said, listen, there's a big problem here, like 7 o'clock at night, like it's so crowded, people can't move.
Yeah.
That's at 7 o'clock, and like hours later, people started dying.
Yeah.
Hours later.
Wow.
And so there was mismanagement from the police department. They didn't send people out to go help in that area.
And that was one of the controversies is like, something about the police and that's why the police commissioner apparently felt so guilty, is because they like rerouted. There was supposed to be a certain number of police officers there managing the traffic, because they knew that that was a high risk area even before Halloween.
Yeah.
It's always a high populated, high risk area, and they either called off some of the officers to redirect them somewhere else, or they were just like, no, I think we'll be fine. We don't need that many people.
Negligence.
Yeah. And it was just like a just poor decision making.
Yeah.
That just
There's also, she talks about there was one police officer. He wasn't on duty that night, but he was on his way somewhere or going home or something. And he saw this mob there, and he tried to divert traffic and like control the situation.
Yeah.
But there's even a video of him like yelling at the people to move, but like just no one's listening because there's music pumping everywhere. People are drunk, partying, and that's another case with that alleyway. What happened there? A lot of people, like on the world news, is like, just a bunch of drunk idiots, just like crammed into a thing. It's like that's what people think, sure. But a lot of those people weren't even drunk.
No.
Because also it was early in the night when this thing started happening. People got stuck there for hours.
No.
And that walkway is not even it's like 50 meters, It's not even a long alleyway. People were stuck there for hours because they couldn't get in or through or out or anything. And a lot of people just tried to move towards the sides to get out of the middle, because the middle's where the biggest of the chaos was.
Yeah.
And then
just imagine being stuck there for hours,
dude,
man.
Helpless.
Just
helpless.
Like
you can't do anything. Yeah, imagine being stuck there with your girlfriend.
Jesus.
How can you can't even protect her, you can't even keep her safe.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
And like that wave, once that wave starts happening of people just toppling on top of each other, it's just like you can't stop that.
And that's the thing that she talks about also at the end. You'll see we saw this on the news here in Korea as well, where there were just shoes and handbags and things just scattered everywhere, because like these people were stuck, trapped, like that's how they try to get out. You lose your shoe, there's no time to grab a shoe or anything. Phones, they just get rid of anything, just try to get out, like try and survive.
I remember this distinctly because it was at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was just it was like a weekend, and 2 or 3 in the morning I was just chilling because I used to sleep at like 3 or 4. And then I started seeing these things pop up on Instagram, just like videos of like people doing CPR on the street. And I was just like, oh, is this like a Halloween stunt? Like it seemed surreal. It didn't seem like a real event,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I guess they're like doing like a performance, and like people are just like showing how to do CPR in case of like people getting hurt. And then you start seeing more of these videos, and like you look closely and these people are not moving, right? Like the ones that are being performed CPR. Like they're dead, like or very close to it. And then it was just like the news started hitting, and you see fucking everything. And then you start seeing the people buried with the wall of people just on top of each other. And they're trying to pull these people out from the bottom. And I'm sitting there like looking at this, like, you're not gonna be able to pull them out. Like, get the people off of them first, But just like the things they were, I saw this and it's like, you're gonna pull that poor girl's arm off, like the girl all the way on the bottom.
When you're in that stage, you're not thinking clearly.
No, and it's just like, of course not. But like at the same time, it's just kind of like all common sense goes out the window. And I was just looking at that scene unfold, and like these workers, they were trying to pull the girl all the way on the bottom by her arms and trying to pull her out, and like she's not budging. You're gonna pop her arms out, right? And like it's just there's so many different ways that this could have been prevented. It's just like it's like a tragedy in the truest sense. And just a senseless tragedy. And
that's the thing. I didn't know this was happening until I got phone calls from friends of mine asking, "Hey man, where are you?" Like, oh, no, I'm in,
because Itaewon's a popular spot for Halloween.
Yeah. And especially for foreigners, right? Foreigners will travel up to Itaewon and go party
from all
there.
over Korea.
So I got phone calls from friends saying, "Hey man, where are you?" It's like, "No, I'm in Ulsan." "Why? What's up?" It's like, "Oh no, you didn't hear about Itaewon," and then that's how I started learning about the Itaewon thing. I was like, no, I'm safe. I'm in Ulsan, but I had friends that went to Itaewon, so I called them. I was like, "Hey, what the fuck? What's going on?" I was like, no, we're fine, we're safe. They weren't in that area when things went south. They walked past it and they saw us as chaos. We just kept on going.
And like that's the thing is like what I don't understand. Part of it is these people that kept going into that alleyway from behind. It's like, if you obviously see that nothing's moving, why do you keep going in? Like, I know you got places to go, and I know you want to get somewhere, but like if I was there, this isn't saying like, you're not gonna. People are probably, they were thinking straight, But maybe it's just a personal preference where like if I saw a group of people, like that many
Oh,
people,
no ways.
I would just like, no, I'm not gonna try to get through that crowd, right? But like,
No ways.
you know, you have a lot of these young people that are like, oh, it's fun, it's great, like all these people in
Yeah.
here, and I think that's the attitude that might have happened. It's like, oh, it's like something must be going on.
Something's happening. This is
There's-
where it's happening.
Yeah, like everybody's partying here, like so let me go in there and check it out, and then you just kind of get caught and you're just stuck, right?
I hate
I hate
being in
crowds.
such crowded
Oh,
places.
dude, I hate crowds.
Oh my god.
I can't even be in the same elevator with like 3 or 4 people. I'll get off the elevator if there's too many people on the elevator. Just like I don't like being touched by anybody.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's a thing. That's another thing about Korea that I still cannot get used to is if you're on a subway or somewhere being so close to other people all
They
the
just
time.
lean on you, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They don't care, and they'll
No.
touch you, and they'll,
Uh.
and it's not even like, oh, sorry, nothing.
No, it's like they're just like full
yeah.
body contact.
like they don't. There's no urgency for like personal
No,
space.
they-
They don't
no.
give a fuck.
They don't respect that.
Oh
Not at
my
all.
god, and
Yeah.
it drives me wild.
No, that's
dude.
terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go,
It's everywhere in Korea. Anywhere that's crowded, it's just like there's
Yeah.
no respect for personal space. There was before YouTube, during that time I was doing something called Spoon, and it's like a radio broadcast. And one of the listeners, actually, she was one of the kind of regulars, and she was friends with another listener. And the other listener was like, "Yo, yeah, this girl, she was at Itaewon and she didn't make it. She was in that crowd." I'm like,
shit.
"Oh shit!" Like, yeah, I didn't know her personally, but you know, she used to come and listen and just talk, and it was just like when you see something like that happen with somebody that even if we're not close, somebody that you knew, it's kind of just like, well, fuck, man,
Yeah,
like
dude.
it's so senseless, like it's so
and
senseless.
to think that most of it could have been avoided.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you guys want to go into the details and go check it out, it's a very good podcast or YouTube video to look at.
Yeah.
Rotten Mango. We'll put the link down in the description. Rotten Mango. Go check out the Itaewon disaster.
Yeah.
And then that's a disaster. And then there's another disaster or tragedy or accident called the Sewol Ferry accident.
Yeah, that one is big.
Yeah.
That one is big. Hold
So-
on. You could go ahead and talk about it.
So April 16th was the 10-year anniversary for the Sewol Ferry accident. And you'll see every year around April time, people start wearing like these yellow pins, the yellow
Ribbons.
ribbons,
Yeah.
right? And so when I didn't know about this thing, and I saw people wearing the pins when I came to Korea, and I asked my students like, listen, what's this ferry thing about? And I asked some coworkers, and all I got was that, yeah, there was a ferry with a bunch of high school students that traveled to Jeju Island for a school field trip, and then the ferry sank. That's what I got.
So Korean high school students, I think middle school too, they start going on these field trips around Korea,
Yeah.
around middle school. Sometimes you go to the amusement park like Everland, Gyeongju World. Sometimes you go to Jeju. Sometimes you go to Seoul, right?
We had a student last week, he went to Jeju.
Yeah. And you know, for kids, you're not gonna ride the airplane there. You have too many kids, so the ferry or the boat is usually a safe way to travel. It's not like I've traveled by ferry, and the nice thing about the ferry to Jeju is you can load your car there, depending on which part you depart from.
Yeah.
But there's certain parts where you can load your car in there and you can travel with your car. So I've done that. And the rooms are nice. It's plenty of space to sleep in. But at the end of the day, you're in the middle of the goddamn ocean, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like a river. It's not like a little lake. You're traveling on a big ass boat in the middle of the ocean, traveling to an island in the south of Korea. And I think I was in Korea when this happened. I think either that or I was just like here. And
Well, this happened in 2014.
Okay, so I wasn't here then because
Yeah.
I was here in 2017. So maybe I heard about it in America.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't know about it as much as like the Itaewon incident I know pretty closely
Yeah.
as opposed to this ferry incident.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
it's mostly from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But basically the ship, from what I've heard, there was a problem with the ship and some of the hulls got breached and the water started flooding in. And this happened in the middle of the night when like some of these kids were just sleeping in their rooms, right? And the water flooded in, and the people on the bottom floor, like they're automatically just gone. Like they're drowned. They can't get out of their rooms. The water pressure won't let them open. But it didn't go as fast as like it didn't start like all of a sudden flooding the whole boat.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it took a long time.
It took a long time. There was time, and my understanding is these kids, they try to leave their rooms and go up to the balcony, or what do you call it, the deck,
The deck, yeah,
the
just
deck of the
outside,
ship, yeah. And just like, dude, there's water coming in this ship. Like, I need to get the fuck out of my room and like get out of this goddamn basement. And from what I heard, it's like the captain made an announcement, and he was like,
So there was a recording playing,
yeah,
and the recording on the voice kept on saying, "Please stay calm and stay where you are.
Stay in your
room.
rooms.
Put on your life jacket and just stay put."
yeah.
That's
yeah.
what the recording kept on saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like, in a sense, they were trying to stop a mass panic.
Of course, yeah.
In a sense, and I think they just didn't have a real understanding of what was happening down below, where these people are freaking out because they're
And
getting
that's
like,
what actually killed most of them anyway.
right. That's what ended up killing most of these kids, because they were like, oh, I guess the loudspeaker says stay here, so I think it'll be okay. They're working on it, and they'll probably plug the hole, and we'll be fine.
So that Rotten Mango chick again, she did another episode on that as well.
Oh.
Right, went into full detail. Great video. That's the one that I said, if you watch that one, be ready for a roller coaster, because you get so sad, then angry, then sad again, then angry. It was tough for me to watch, because like I'm not a Korean person, right?
No.
But I mean, I've spent 7 years in Korea, so like I feel a little bit close here. And then they go in, but like I was so shocked to learn all these things, because I never knew that, because all I heard was from people around, the boat sank and then all these kids died and then it was the president's fault and blah blah blah, but there were no details,
Right.
until I watched that episode and was like, oh my god, there's so much fuckery that took place for that to happen. Like, it wasn't just one thing.
No.
You know,
I go ahead and explain
so
it.
the ferry that left Incheon all the way down to Jeju.
Oh, it was from Incheon.
From Incheon.
Jesus.
That's far, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know it was that far.
Wow.
Yeah, so it left from Incheon all the way down to Jeju. And the company that they use this ferry, I don't know the name of the company. Watch the fucking mango.
Sewol. I think that's the name of the company. That's why it's called Sewol.
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe that's the name of the boat.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, but this company is also, they were going down, like, financially. And this company, what they were doing is, on this ferry, you're only allowed to put, let's say there's a maximum capacity of weight you're allowed on this thing. They did way more than that, right? So they overloaded the boat, because this ferry, they don't make most of the money from passengers. Most of the money comes from transporting goods down to Jeju, cars and shit like that. So what happens is, down in the hull of the boat, there's supposed to be fuel and water, obviously not mixed, but that balances out the boat, right? So if the boat tilts this way, then the water will balance it out down in the hull.
Right.
So what happened was, they took out all the water, or most of the water, and there's just fuel down there. So what happens was, even when you use the boat, obviously the fuel gets less and less and less.
Right.
So there's less water down in the hull to balance out the boat.
Right.
They do that to save money, right? Because obviously the more weight you add, the more fuel you burn.
Okay.
So they took out most of the water to balance out this boat. That was the first thing.
Oh.
Second thing, they overloaded this boat and they didn't strap most of the stuff down. Then there's the course when you get to the tip of Korea, right? You can go around some dangerous area or you can go through it. But everyone knows this area is dangerous, so most people just go around it, right? And it takes you it's like 7 kilometers further just to go around this
like an
area.
extra hour, maybe.
Extra hour or whatever, yeah. Can't remember exactly. Anyway, these guys decided to go through it. The captain of the ferry, he wasn't there at that moment, but the workers in the control room or whatever, they decided to go through, and they turned the boat, I think it was 16 degrees, where most people know that this boat is only, or most boats can only turn like 6 degrees or 7 degrees at one time.
Okay.
So you can't go more than a certain point, otherwise the boat will capsize or whatever.
Right.
These people turned it to like 16 degrees or something, and the whole boat just started tilting.
Okay.
And because there was no water in the hull or anything, like, it didn't tilt back. It would just stayed sideways.
Jesus.
And that's where the water started coming in to the boat.
Oh, shit.
And then everyone was panicking, freaking out, and then they started playing.
Wait, did they actually put people in the place where the water was supposed to be? Is that Were people there?
No, not where the water was supposed to be.
Okay.
No, because no one can go in there.
Okay.
That's just where the fuel is and where the water is on the side at the bottom of the boat.
Okay.
Right, to balance the boat out.
But they were like a floor above.
Yeah, like
basically.
a floor or two above that. That's where the people were and whatever. And I guess what flooded first was where the cargo was.
Yeah.
That probably flooded first, and then the rest were the people on the upper decks and stuff like that.
I remember it took a while to capsize too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a sudden flip. It was
No,
just
no.
like
Yeah.
slowly
It
sinking.
tilted, but it just never tilted back. So
Oh.
it just kept on tilting to the side, to the side, to the side. And then eventually, like, it went upside down.
Jesus.
That's where we got trapped. So yeah, they played. They called the Coast Guard and said, "Listen, the boat tilted and we're in trouble. Come help and whatever." And apparently, like in the video, also the woman said the Coast Guard, they didn't even know how to help these people
How can you?
because they weren't trained for this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what makes it even more fucked up is that the captain called for help, or someone in the boat called for help from the Coast Guards and from this place and from that place. And then it's okay, stay put, we'll send out some boats to come help you guys out. They didn't know that this boat was full of passengers, right?
Oh.
So most of them didn't even know. They thought it was just a crew. So they
Yeah.
sent a couple of boats to save the crew, and the crew were the ones that got off first. Captain got off first. He
Oh.
changed his clothes and everything to look like part of the normal crew members. Right, and that's why like he went to jail or he went to court or whatever,
Yeah.
because like he was one of the people. He changed his clothes. He didn't tell the Coast Guard that there's like 300 people down still in the boat, and they played this emergency broadcasting on the boat. And what it kept on saying was, "Please stay calm, stay in your room,
Oh.
put on your life jacket." And the problem with the life jacket was there weren't enough life jacket, and the life jackets that they had were like from 19 something, right? So they were old as shit. So half of them didn't have life jackets. And then you have these stories where that's where it gets so heartbreaking, where this woman, she dives into the story, she gets the videos, right? A lot of kids took videos and sent videos and whatever. And we see some of the kids offering up their life jackets to their friends and say, "No worry, I'm a good swimmer, like you take my life jacket," whatever.
Jesus, man.
Stuff like that, dude. Kids calling their parents saying, "Listen, mom,
Yeah, that I heard those.
Yeah.
Where does the president tie into this? Because I know there was a whole thing there too.
Right, this is where it gets more fucked up, is where the US, right, there was a big, what do you call it, not a battleship, a fucking
Cruiser?
I guess a cruiser or something,
Yeah.
right? But
Carrier.
there was a big US boat close by,
Okay.
right? And on this boat they had like 1,000 Marines
Okay.
that could have gone and helped these kids,
Right.
right? 1,000 Marines that could have gone and helped us. And I mean, if you're in the water drowning, I would want a Marine to come
A
help
fucking
you.
Marine to rescue
Yeah.
the shit out of you, yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
But then what happened was Korea declined. They said, "No, thank you. We've got this under control. Thanks again, but no thanks." Right?
Jesus.
So that's where they get tied in, the president and stuff.
Yeah,
part of
that president, and there's so
But
much
we'll get
talk
into
about
it
that
more, right?
president, yeah.
There was also a Japanese boat that heard the distress calls and whatever, and
Yeah.
the Japanese offered to help, and also thank you but no thanks, declined to help. Right? Declined the offer for help. So it was a Japanese boat and it was an American boat close by with 1,000 Marines. They said, "Thanks, we've got this under control." Meanwhile, they didn't have shits under control. Right?
Jesus.
They sent helicopters, and the helicopters just circulated the
What can you
place.
do? Yeah.
And so it's called the Blue House, right? Like the White House in
Oh.
America, it's called the Blue House.
Oh.
So the Blue House kept on saying, "Listen, we want video footage of what's happening. We
Oh,
can't-
yeah, I remember hearing about
we
that.
can't do anything unless you send us pictures or video footage. Then we can make up our minds. Then we can make decisions and
Right.
make plans and stuff like that." So they kept on waiting for these footage, and the president, she wasn't reachable this whole time that this was going down.
Oh.
Like, she was unable to be reached for some reason. She was busy with fucking something. And then eventually, like, it was too late. She also, the Rotten Manga woman, she goes into the details where there's like some of the teachers that gave their life for the students, helped so many students as they could, get the students
Jesus.
out, gave up their life jackets, all these crazy stories like that.
It's like, it almost makes me prefer Itaewon, only because, like, dude, if you could die from either drowning or burning, what would you pick?
Apparently, I heard that drowning is
Better,
is better.
because you enter a state of bliss when you can't breathe. Well, burning kind of sucks because you're just burning and you're feeling all that pain.
I don't know.
Yeah, but drowning, like, Imagine what those kids.
But I
like.
hate that feeling of being stuck underwater. You know, like when you play with your friends in the water and stuff. My friends, I get up and I'm fucking ready to kill someone, dude.
Yeah. And like when you're at like a water park and the kids are playing around and they dunk you under the water.
Dunk your friends wherever. Oh,
It's
don't do
kinda
that
like-
to me, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking.
But yeah.
It's just goddamn tragedies, man. Like just.
And that was terrible. So there were 304 people dead on that boat, right? After that happened, 304 people died.
Out of which 20.
250 of them were students.
Jesus, man. And the crew all got off safely, safe and sound.
I don't know. I'm not sure about the crew. I know most of them got off,
No.
right? Most of them did get off. I think one or two stayed to help, but most of them did get off. There are even young kids, like a family went on a field trip as well. Like one of
Jesus.
the kids got saved. Like everyone passed the baby out towards the little boat. And that's the thing. Most of the people that were saved were from like fishermen in the area. They stopped their boats and they helped get these people, little fishermen with little boats and stuff like that. Because they saw obviously something's wrong.
And you got to imagine, like, look, if you're the crew member and you see the boat sinking and you have a chance to get off, like, as a human being, okay, you can take that opportunity and, like, it is what it is, right? Selfish as shit because you're the one who put everybody in the situation.
Yeah.
But as a captain, like, the captain goes down with his ship. Like,
That's
dude,
the saying, right?
if you're the person that's in charge of the ship, you make sure, like, what was he fucking thinking? Like, yes, maybe he tried to save his own life and maybe he lived, but like, did he think that this wouldn't come back to him? Where like, dude, you're the captain and you just killed 304 people.
Probably thought he'd get away with it.
By changing into a worker's clothing instead of
Yeah.
like nobody
Maybe
didn't
he's,
know
like,
he's the fucking captain.
Disappearing when he gets back to land. or
Just like
something.
run away to another
Yeah.
country and just like, dude, you just
And even afterwards, like it was so bad because for months, I think it was almost close to a year that they didn't pull out the final body.
they tried to. I remember seeing this and like they kept diving and
Yeah.
every time.
They had scuba divers and they had scuba divers from America trying to come and do it.
Yeah.
And also, but the American guys refused because like there were so many things wrong with the whole situation.
And there were some at a certain point they couldn't pull these bodies out of the water because they were just so bloated that like if you
they've
pulled
been
them
there for
out,
too long.
yeah, they would just like literally deteriorate if you try to
Yeah,
pull them
or
out.
something
So,
like that,
Yeah, I remember hearing.
And
about
then
that.
there was also more fuckery from like the people, the divers that went down, because you go down and then you test the water, right? Because obviously it's dark down there in the boats.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the ocean it's dark, you can't see shit. So you go in and you test the water, and then you bring the sample up, and then you take a sample of the surface water, and then you test it too. And then the one will show up if there's like decaying flesh or something in
Okay.
the water, and the other one will just be normal
Right.
ocean water. And then you go into each room and you're supposed to test the water to see if there's bodies or something in there. So they did that, and then a lot of there's been criticism that says like these people were too lazy to do that. They just took surface water and said like, no, it's fine. There's no bodies in this room. But later on, when the divers went down, they're like, here's a body, here's a body, here's a body, here's a body.
Jesus. And like you gotta imagine, I mean, these divers too, you go in there and you see a body and it's just like a kid. And like he's just fully bloated, he's barely recognizable and like just
And then one
The-
of the
trauma.
divers, he did it like out of his own. He volunteered to do it, right?
yeah.
He's like now I think he's an alcoholic or something
Of
because of the
course.
trauma.
The fucking trauma.
He went down. He fucked up his shoulder from like injuries. There were divers that died from trying to go down because it's so dangerous and like the pipes got tangled and shit like
And
that.
this is like the dangerous part of the ocean too. It's
Yeah.
not like the safe one.
Yeah. So a lot of divers died going down to try and save these kids or these people to get them back out. Like the one diver, he's just traumatized for life. Like he just gets drunk every single day. The vice principal of that school, he committed suicide.
What? Well, I mean, yeah, he feels responsible.
He
of
feels
course.
because he planned the whole trip and
Right,
he
of
set this whole
course.
trip up. So he killed
Jesus.
himself.
It's interesting because in Korea, suicide seems like it's almost like the Japanese people, the samurai that used to commit suicide. Seppuku, I think that's what it was called,
Yeah.
where you like slit your stomach and
Yeah.
somebody chops off your head. But like one of the presidents have committed suicide, like high-ranking people have committed suicide, and it almost seems like it's an accepted practice. I mean, it's not encouraged, of course,
Yeah.
but it seems commonplace for like these people in charge to commit suicide. And from a human being standpoint, like I get it, you can't deal with the trauma and the guilt and you just want to kind of be done with it. But it's just interesting to see that as like a result of things happening. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that it happened. It doesn't change
Yeah.
the fact that you played a part in it. It's kind of selfish in a certain sense, right? Like
Cowardly as well, man.
yeah, you're just trying to run away from the situation by taking your own life. And like, kudos for thinking that you can make amends by doing so. But at the same time, it's like you should probably spend more time. No, I don't want to. I don't really want to shit on that. I mean, I respect it. If it's a decision that you made that you think will make amends, fine. The other way could have been you actually trying to make amends and trying to make things better. I mean, how can you though? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna go to each of these parents and apologize? Like, it'll mean anything to these parents? Like, just
I guess that's better than just killing yourself and avoiding it.
yeah. But and these two tragedies, just a goddamn shame because they're young people, right?
Yeah.
Like, not to say that it wouldn't have been less of it would have been less of a tragedy if old people died, but at the same time, like, you're talking about like people in their 20s for the Itaewon incident.
No parent wants to have their children die before that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, nobody wants to die, period. But it's just like, you got the young 20s who just started working, who like just wanted to go out for a night of fun and just got crushed to death. And then you've got these kids who like, we're
excited.
finally in high school and like we're finally gonna
so
go on a trip.
excited
Yeah,
for our Jeju
our
trip.
Jeju trip. We're gonna go and we're gonna be on a trip with all these friends and we're gonna have a great time. And it's just like, well, no, you're not. Just.
And that Rotten Mango episode, oh my god, bro. She goes into, like I said, those personal stories of what happens. Then she gives the names and there's a picture.
Oh, dude.
And then she's like, this is what he did.
There
This is what she did.
There were some
this is
like
what they did.
There were some stories about like spirits. I remember hearing something about like the spirits too, where they were like, "It's okay, like I'm okay," or something like that. Like, "Oh, just go on," or like there were. I don't remember exactly, but there were those kind of stories running about too.
And then the worst is like those kids that were like sort of fighting in between them. It's like the water's coming into the rooms, like, we need to get out of this room, and then the other kids are like, no, but the intercom says we need to stay put. And the kids like, but there's fucking water here, we need to get out. And then like they don't know what to do.
Jesus.
If someone just said, everyone move to the deck now, how many lives could have been saved?
But at the same time, if it might have capsized the boat because it would have thrown off the balance, but at least they'll be in the water. They wouldn't have been stuck in their rooms, right? Like, they'll be floating on the water.
The thing is, they can get out into the water and get hypothermia and maybe get saved by someone.
Right. You would have a lot. I mean, you would still have people dying
Your
because
chances
of the
of
waves
living
and
were
drowning.
going to be higher if you're in the water.
Yeah.
And then, if they got out, that's the main thing. If they got out and then the helicopters could have seen how many people were there,
then it was just
then
like,
they could be like, oh, fuck, sending the US, sending the Japanese,
Marines.
sending everyone to come and save these people. But
And
they were trapped underneath and no one knew that there were other people there.
And I think this is the beginning of the whole Park Geun-hye president conspiracy. I think this is what kind of triggered it, because she was doing something ridiculous, like something completely unrelated that was unnecessary. Like, from my recollection, I don't know exactly, but
Like,
this started an investigation into her.
I can't remember exactly how long, but I would say like a few weeks later or something. She was like, okay, now we need to look forward. We can't keep looking into the past, into the tragedies
Something
that
like
happened.
that, yeah.
But it was so soon, and people are like, "Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
What are you
Like, they're
talking
still
about?"
rescuing the bodies
Still-
from the water.
The bodies aren't even out yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And she's like, we need to start looking forward into the future as a nation. We can't keep looking into the past. We need to move forward.
And like, that speech was prepared by that other woman that was controlling her from the back, and that's a whole different story.
Yeah. But eventually, this president, she went to. Oh, this is where it gets more fucked up. She went to jail, not because of that.
No, something else.
Yeah, she got
impeached and then she went to jail.
She went impeached. She went to jail for corruption and like election fraud and
something like that,
meddling with a bunch of things. She went to jail for that. But then the president that came in, Moon Jae-in, he pardoned her.
Oh, did he? He
pardoned her, dude. Yeah. And people were like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with you?"
It's like that. People were pissed when there's that famous like pedophile incident where this guy like committed like atrocious acts on like this like elementary kid, and they ended up murdering her. And then he got out of prison, and like people were livid. Like, people like this should not be let out of prison.
Yeah.
So there were people like climbing on top of the car that he was in when he got out of prison, like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Sure.
And everybody on the internet, they were just like, "Dude, if somebody killed this guy, yes, you might go to jail, but you would be a fucking hero." Like, and it's shit like that the Korean judicial system, especially when it comes to like presidential pardons and just like people not being punished enough for their crimes. It's something that needs work.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Like sometimes you see these kinds of like a guy who raped. I'm gonna fuck this up, but there was I think I saw a guy who raped a woman or whatever. You only got like 8 years for that.
That's
Yeah.
and that's a lot in Korea.
Yeah,
That's a lot. Like usually for rape, you'll get like 2 to 3 years.
that's
Rape and assault.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
dude.
If you add murder to that, maybe you'll get like 4 to 5 years from my recollection, from what I've seen. But it's crazy. Like the judicial system needs a complete overhaul in terms
Yeah.
of like punishing criminals. It's terrible, and it's favored towards men. Like
Yes.
women, oh my god, bro! Like
That's
they
what it
have it
seems
so
like, right?
tough. Like sexual assault in Korea, yes, it's a big deal, but at the same time, like punishment wise, it's not. That's why
Yeah.
it's kind of just like I'll just go to jail for 2 or 3 years and just rape this woman. Like it's like no, that's not how that should work. Like
Where did I see this? Oh, on the PBD podcast where they spoke about some of these countries now, and I think there are some states in America as well that are doing it. I'm not sure about that one, but some of these countries, if you get caught raping or touching a child or stuff like that,
chemical castration.
chemical, or what's the other one? There's another one. I guess fucking manual castration or something.
I don't know about manual castration, but I
What
know
is
about
what is the other one called?
I don't know.
Physical
Castration.
castration?
Just castration.
Yeah.
But there's
in-
castration where they just chop off your balls and your dick.
Yeah. So in some countries,
Oh.
that's the thing where it's chemical castration, and in some countries it's just like
Just castration.
castration.
Yeah, I know like some of the third world countries, castration isn't like uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
For rapists and pedophiles.
yeah. But chemical castration that's kind of like I think you still have all your shit, but you just can't use it. They make it so that you can't use it or
Yeah.
something like that.
But I think that's reversible. Like if you stop eventually, like you can still use your shit.
So it's like a continuous dose
I
of
think
shit.
so, yeah. But whereas like the real one is like we cut off your fucking shit.
And you can't there's no coming back
Yeah,
from
there's
that.
no coming back from that. Yeah. Which I think is good. Do
Fuck,
it.
man, it's
You
necessary.
catch that fucking thing, and there's like no doubt, 100%, right?
Yeah.
100%. You know this guy, and like if he says, "Oh yeah, I did it. I'm sorry. I'm guilty."
You just
Cut
fucking
off his
chop it
fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Cut off his shit, so even cut off his head, chuck him in the fucking ocean,
Yeah, man.
whatever.
Like murder should be legal for people who fucking commit atrocious crimes.
Yeah,
Like I firmly believe in that. It should be
100%.
legal. And like if it's not done by the government, there should be a citizen's arrest and a citizen's murder that's completely legal. Like it's fucking terrible, man. Some of these shits are just like, why is this person
Yeah.
still roaming the earth?
and what's so crazy, like we said that President Puck, what is it, Puck in there, she handled that situation so badly.
Oh,
And, like the people were yelling at her and whatever. And then, like we said later on, she got impeached and she went to jail. I think she was there for like 2 years or something. It wasn't even a long time.
no, it was like 2 years. I remember.
2 years or something. And then President Moon Jae-in, he came in, but he's like a very liberal lefty,
Yeah.
very liberal lefty.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't like him,
No.
and yeah, he came in and just pardoned her, and it's like, oh well, no worries, no harm, no foul, you know.
Yeah, you've done your time.
You've done your
You
time.
paid for your crimes.
Meanwhile, this fucking bitch.
That's a story. Maybe that on our next episode we talk
Yeah.
about this woman because there's a whole.
I don't know
bunch of-
too much about her.
No, me neither. But we can do some research for the next episode.
Hopefully that Rotten Mangoes as an episode on it.
Yeah. But check out Rotten Mangoes. Check out these podcasts. You're not gonna enjoy listening to them, but at the same time, it's good to know kind of what's happening in Korea and like the events that are happening.
Yeah.
So please check them out. And yeah, I mean, I want to end on a good note, but there really is no way to end this on a good note today. I think it's just, you know.
Well, hopefully Korea has learned from its mistakes. Government and, you know, the people in power have learned from the mistakes, so this shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah, but people in power usually don't learn. They'll brush it under the rug.
Yeah.
We'll see though. All right, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully next time we're talking about something a bit more uplifting.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
find something.
Yeah.
Drop us some comments, let us know.
Yeah. Have a good night
Alright.
or day.
Have a good weekend.
Good weekend.
안녕히
All right, so if you like this video, please click subscribe in the middle over here and check out our links below under the video.
And also make sure to click on the notification icon so that you can stay up to date with our future episodes. And be sure to leave some comments below and let us know what you would like us to discuss in future episodes.